That 90s show focuses on the younger generation, yet it also features cameos of the original cast we all know and love. Topher Grace shared that he was much more emotional than he'd expected to be on set.
They recreated it exactly. It was really a cool experience.
While Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher felt extremely weird about coming back. Ready to learn all about it? Topher Grace as Eric. When we last saw him in That 70s Show, he had returned to Wisconsin on New Year's Eve and reconciled with Donna. Their daughter Leah is now the main character of the new series. Topher Grace revealed that it felt like a gift to play Eric again. What's more, reuniting with his former co-stars was similar to coming home for Christmas to see your whole family. They are all such amazing, amazing people who are so influential in my life and who I became. To be able to go back and not just hang out with them together was so much fun, the actor said. In fact, Grace got so nostalgic coming back to the old set that he almost started crying.
Walking out, trying to hold back tears.
Sobbing.
It's amazing.
Needless to say, Grace is excited for everyone to see the new show. And he also shared a fun fact about talking to the young cast.
These new kids who are great on it, we were trying to tell them stories about the 90s, which was what everyone was trying to do with us in the 70s.
Topher wasn't sure how much the young actors listened to them, but he said that they were good anyway. And now we're moving on to his on-screen wife, Laura Prepon as Donna. That gal clearly hasn't lost her sense of humor. Just like her co-star, the actress behind Donna was thrilled to step back into her character's shoes because she missed her so much. And what made Prepon even more excited was that she got to direct some of the episodes. When the actress arrived to the recreated set, she couldn't keep from crying.
The nostalgia is so strong, and it was such an incredible time.
Surprisingly for her, Laura didn't feel weird stepping back into her old shoes. Basically, returning back to the past. Probably because she kept in touch with her co-stars after the show wrapped.
I mean, we did that for so long, it's like, how can you not, you know?
And since those were their formative years, the gang was bonded for life. So the sequel is a huge deal for them. Laura is sure that fans of That 70s Show will adore the new series because of how much love was put into making it. Now we're moving on to Donna's on-screen friend, Mila Kunis as Jackie. From growing up as a rich and spoiled teen to developing into a mature young lady, she became a fan favorite for many. Although Jackie was still in a relationship with Fez in the final episode of That 70s Show, it seems that she eventually got back together with Kelso, because in the sequel series, they have a son together, who becomes a love interest for Eric and Donna's daughter. But even though it's a nice twist, Mila Kunis wasn't too excited about it.
You know what? I called BS. I was like, my character would be with Fez.
And what do you think about Jackie and Kelso being together? Were they meant for each other in the show? Unlike her other co-stars, Kunis was actually nervous to come back to That 70s Show set. She even admitted that it was the most nerve-wracking moment of her career, all because she had to co-star with her now husband.
To be married, but be at the place where we met, and it looks the same, was trippy.
But at the same time, Mila still enjoyed going back to the role, and she's sure that everyone will love it.
It's very sweet. It pays homage to anyone who's ever watched 70s or loved 70s show. They will be really happy with it.
Now let's see what her husband thought about the whole thing. Ashton Kutcher as Kelso. Just like his wife, the actor also felt weird about coming back to his old role.
It was super nostalgic and really odd. Going back into the basement and checking, just going back into the set was weird.
But he was all for the return because of how much the series gave both of them. We thought, listen, we're only in the position that we're in because of that show, so let's just go back and do this, Ashton commented. Besides, he's certain that a show about the 90s would be a hit, just as the one about the 70s. Because things like this always appeal to a wide audience. Those who grew up during that time will love the nostalgia the show evokes, and younger generations will be excited to see that they're still experiencing the same conflicts even years later. So Kutcher is sure that the new show is destined for success, especially since he thinks that it's so good.
It's insane. The fact that that happened is insane.
And we're moving on to his on-screen friend, Wilmer Valderrama as Fez. Remember that he was the shampoo boy in That 70s Show? Turns out that that guy went a long way to owning his own hair salon. We'll see if his origin country will finally be revealed or remain a running gag in the new series. And meanwhile, let's find out more about the actor behind Fez. When Valderrama's comeback was confirmed, he wrote a fun tweet about it. To whom it may concern, Now, if I could just remember the accent. Well, we're sure he nailed it. Wilmer was happy to return as Fez and even admitted that he'd never say no to the offer. After all, being on that 70s show meant a lot for him.
And I think, like any immigrant family, we came here to work, and getting the 70s show was exactly what every generation has experienced in America.
That was when he realized that anything was possible. In another interview, Valderrama admitted that it felt beautiful for him to come full circle with the series.
It's almost like time didn't travel.
Now let's talk about another beloved character from that 70s show. Don Stark as Bob. Yes, Donna's father is also back. The actor behind the character commented that he was thrilled to return to the old role, and it wasn't hard for him to slip back into it. Stark even said that it felt like riding a bicycle. As soon as the clothes came on and the wig came on and the sideburns and the jewelry, everything just kinda snapped, he admitted. There was nothing else the actor had to do, as even Bob's accent was back in an instant, so the transition was seamless. But what blew Don away was the attention to detail on the set. Everything looked exactly as it was back in the day, and he felt it was just like going back home. Next on our list is Tommy Chong as Leo. Aren't you happy to see this comedic genius again? But wait till you find out why the actor decided to reprise the role of the beloved hippie. Chong said in an interview that he liked the paycheck. Of course, he joked because it was far from the only reason. The actor shared that initially, he wasn't sure if he was going to be in the new series. Chong heard that the reboot was in the works but didn't get a call about rejoining the cast. I was like, what's going on here? The actor said. But then the showrunners finally called him and he came to the set right away. Like most others, the actor felt nostalgic while working on the series, especially when he saw his old co-stars. The minute Kitty knocked on the door and I opened it and it was her, it could have been yesterday, Chong said to Variety. And speaking of this much adored lady, Debra Jo Rupp as Kitty. Unlike previous stars of that 70s show who only briefly appear in the new series, she's going to be in it throughout, and fans are certainly happy about it. When Debra Jo came to the set and saw all of her co-stars from the original show, she started crying.
It has been a gift.
To her, it felt like no time had passed because everything was just the same.
We have like a mini reunion every week. It's been amazing.
And she shared a memory from the old days that she remembered best. It was the day when Kelso and Jackie had their first kiss. Since it was a real-life first kiss for Mila Kunis, she was really nervous, and she came to Debra Jo for support. A true mother figure, she helped her young co-star to settle down.
And I remember thinking, oh my God, well, at least he's cute.
She was absolutely right, and we know that Mila eventually realized that Ashton was cute too. And finally, let's talk about Kitty's husband. Kurtwood Smith as Red. The actor shared that his character is actually happy that the kids are back in his home, but he won't admit it because he's too stubborn. Well, that's the Red we know and love. The actor behind the character said that the new show is exactly as he expected it to be, and Smith is sure that it's destined for success, just like the original series. Because it was a period piece to begin with, it'll never be out of period, he explained. The actor was happy to return because he loves his character. He also enjoys working with Debra Jo. And of course, Kurtwood was glad to see the original cast again. He once said that he only joined that 90s show to make sure that no one messes anything up. Well, it was a joke, of course. And we're pretty certain that all the cast and crew, faces old and new, will take care of the beloved series. Are you excited about the reboot? If you want to learn more about your favorite TV shows, check out our other videos. Support OSSA by sending us super thanks. Just click on the thanks button under the video and choose an amount to donate. And remember, we value each one of you. Stay awesome!